plan accordingly. Part of Interstate 95 in Bangor is going to be closed tonight for several hours. Both sides of the interstate will be closed from 11 p.m. through 5 a.m. tomorrow as part of ongoing work to replace the bridge that carries Broadway over the interstate. Maine DOT says this closure is required to remove the overhead sign that spans the entire width of the interstate. Drivers are asked to follow detour signs to return to the interstate on the other side of the shutdown area.